Thank you, Chris. Now this fire is being managed under unified command, so that means we are fighting the fire in cooperation with Kern County. And next we have Deputy Chief Brian Marshall.
Thank you. The Kern County Fire Department is in unified command with the U.S. Forest Service. Our incident commander is John Hayes. He's standing there. That means we all work together to make decisions on how to put this fire out and how to protect structures. It is a very orchestrated event that we do. It's on a very strong timetable, and we work together to put this fire out and manage all the resources on the fire, protect the citizens of the Kern River Valley. So it's a very orchestrated event. This afternoon, in conjunction with Pacific Northwest Team 2, we pulled the plug and we started the evacuations, and my job was to order resources for structure protection. We ordered 16 strike teams of fire engines. Each strike team has 5 fire trucks and anywhere from 15 to 20 firefighters. The advantage we have right now is California is divided into Northern California and Southern California, and they have a Southern Operations Center down in Riverside. And we have a deputy fire chief down in there that is working as they prioritize incidents that occur in Southern California, and they work with the Northern California Operations Center. So when things started to go bad today, I was telephoning, text messaging, emailing information down to this Southern Operations Center, so they had a good understanding of what our needs were. And then when we made the determination to pull the plug, that we needed to put evacuations in place and we needed help, that call was placed and resources have been ordered. They should start showing up this evening. Again, that's 80 fire trucks. We've also ordered a military dozer battalion, so we're gonna have big military dozers showing up probably first thing in the morning. Additional air assets. In fact, when you watch the fires that usually happen in Southern California, you see the big orange sky cranes that fly down there. They came on contract this morning. They went through what we call the carding process to make sure they're ready to go. And one of them's already on the way here to Kern County to fight this fire. So Kern County Fire Department is very actively involved in all facets of putting this fire out. As I said, incident command. We have a lot of troops on the ground. We have a lot of people in the fire information arena. We have people that are supporting the camp operation. So, you know, we've got a lot of Kern County firefighters helping out to put this fire out. But all of our fire stations are fully staffed. We have plenty of relief fire trucks that are in there. So I hope we don't have another incident, but we do have equipment and resources available to respond. We actually, in pulling this plug this afternoon, we had some contingencies where we had additional staffing ready to go, and we were able to dispatch a dozer strike team that's going to work in Havilah tonight and protect that community and put some lines in. So, you know, we're staying very involved in the process, working in the unified command, and hopefully we can wrap this up here. We'll get a weather change and the fire will lay down and we can contain it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Lieutenant Dave Barker with Kern County Sheriff's Office.
Good evening. My name is David Barker, and I'm a lieutenant with the Kern County Sheriff's Department. I am not the lieutenant in charge of the East Area Substation, which Kernville is part of, and this area is part of. I'm in charge of our Volunteer Services Division, which also is part of our emergency preparedness. We work closely with the OES from the county in cooperation, and we work in cooperation with the fire department. We got involved in this on Monday when the first evacuations occurred, and we called in resources, made the notifications, and then our resources left. This afternoon, as was stated, they pulled the plug. At about 1:30 in the afternoon, we were notified that the Havilah area needed to be evacuated. Within an hour and a half, we had 40 deputy sheriffs and search and rescue volunteers up here at the substation being briefed. And as of 6:30 tonight, all the evacuation notices for the Havilah area have been completed. Everybody that's there was told it's time to go. Everybody that's not there got a note left saying it's time to go. Okay, so to talk a little bit about evacuations, there are two types of evacuations we do in California. There is no mandatory evacuation. If the fire comes and you decide to stay, deputy sheriffs are not going to come to your house, throw you in handcuffs, and drag you out and take you to jail, because that's one less deputy sheriff that can notify people it's time to get out. So that's not going to happen. We have two types. We have precautionary. That's where we tell you, you need to be ready to leave. You may or may not get another notice. And if you're ready to leave and you see flames, it's time to leave. The recommended evacuation is the strongest evacuation we do in California. That is, law enforcement recommends you leave immediately. There's an imminent threat to your life. Whether that's 2 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours, we try and have a 12-hour window, and that's what our parameters are set up through the fire department. Worst case scenario is the fire could be in Havilah in 12 hours. That's why we're saying get out now, because we don't want everybody to wait till 11 hours and 45 minutes and decide it's time to go. Major calamity, not a good thing. So, to point out, just if a deputy sheriff, if you believe it's time, or you think the fire is getting close to your house, then pack up and get out. Self-evacuation is a wonderful tool. If you left and you didn't need to, so what? It was inconvenient, but you're safe. And that's the primary concern here, is your safety. If an officer or a search and rescue member comes to your house and says it's a recommended evacuation, we may not be back, it's time for you to get out. I speak from this personally because 2 years ago in the Day Fire, my family was evacuated from Pine Mountain Club. I wasn't that keen about having them leave until I saw what happened in Lockwood Valley on that Tuesday afternoon when I saw flames. I saw the big Sky Crane helicopters he was talking about flying several hundred feet over the ground and the flames leaping up towards them. It's the most incredible sight I've ever seen. I admire these guys for what they do. That's an incredible job they do, and I appreciate what they do, because I'm not going and fighting a fire. I'll go into a bar fighting people, but no fires. Okay, so if there's any questions about evacuations, the notices have been sent out for Havilah. They're all completed. If you choose to leave, great. We prefer that. If you choose not to leave, that's okay too. That's your decision. But the important thing is that if we recommend you evacuate and you do not leave, neither the fire department or the sheriff's department is legally responsible to come back and try and get you, because we've already told you it's time to leave. You're on your own. You take your life in your hands if you stay, but that's your choice. It's America, a great country. You have that option. Okay? I guess that's it.
Thanks, Dave. Well, we're afraid of going into bars and fighting people, so thank you. Okay, next we have Georgiana Armstrong with Kern County OES.
Hi everyone, I'm Georgiana Armstrong, and OES is Office of Emergency Services, and we are one component of the Kern County Fire Department. When the Kern County Fire Department and Unified Command pulled the plug this afternoon, what happens was they called me and said, okay, we're issuing recommended evacuations. We're jumping here. And when I get that notice, I call Kern County Department of Human Services, who coordinates with the Red Cross Kern County chapter, and they have opened the shelter, which is at the Senior Citizen Center in Lake Isabella. And really want to thank the Red Cross, because as we've gone through this incident, it's been opened, it's been on standby, it's been opened, and these folks are working around the clock. So thank you, Tom Klein, American Red Cross. I also spoke earlier with the public health officer for the county of Kern, and she had some information she wanted me to pass along. She was working on it, given the air conditions we have. Unfortunately, while they were working on it, I was driving out here and I don't have cell service. So I don't have it to share with you tonight. But as I get it and I'm back in service, I'm going to be passing it along to the information officers, and they will be posting it to the website. So if you have any concerns or need some information about perhaps what the air quality is doing and want to hear from the public health officer, there'll be some information on that.